I am going to revise our index plan, okay, for SPY. Actually, let me put up the SPX chart, okay? This is the S&P 500 cash index. All right, let's take a look at the weekly chart. My buying program is not going to change, okay? I'm still going to buy when it gets to this line right here, like 3,600. If we revisit the lows, I'm going to buy SPY right there. I'm still going to buy SPY some more if it gets to our 3,400 zone. And if it gets under 3,400, I'm still going to buy those in the money SPY calls. That has not changed. That part has not changed. What has changed, though, is when am I going to start buying puts? Okay, when am I going to start buying puts? Now, we went back and forth on this, like, ooh, should we start buying at 4150? Should we start buying it at 4300? And I kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, I think from just what I see and just from the possibilities here, what I did was I just drew some lines here. This was when we first started seeing initial hedging at the top right here in January. We actually saw a lot of initial hedging happening here, and we actually saw a dash for cash and hedging also happening right here. So I connected those two lines and I just brought it down, and that gives us our weekly trend line. Okay, I am going to start buying puts 3 to 6 months out right here. Actually, I'm actually thinking about buying it a little bit closer, on the closer end. Instead of the 6 month mark, I'm actually thinking more 3 month mark. Okay, closer to the 3 month. Again, it just depends on the skew, and I'll make that decision at the time. But just based on skew right now, it just looks like as if the closer dated months are probably going to be better. So I'm going to be looking at maybe September or October puts. Okay, put spreads, debit spreads. Okay, verticals. And I think I'm going to start buying at this trend line right here, which is around 4,200. Okay, it's around 4,200. All right, so I'm going to start right there. All right, when am I going to exit? If it starts, breaching 4,300, or if we get 2 weekly closes over this line, I'm out. Okay, so at the most, I'm probably going to hold it for 2 or 3 weeks if I'm wrong. All right, so that is my new plan. I'm going to start buying puts at this red line right here. And again, if we start closing over 4,300, or if we do let's say two or three closes over this red line, then I'm out. Okay, because it hasn't closed over that line since since we drew it or since it's been drawn since January. Okay, so it hasn't really closed over this line. I think that's a good point. It's just a good risk management tool. Okay, I'm just using this line as a risk management tool. All right, I'm going to start buying puts here. If it gets over, then we get out. Very minimal loss. Okay, so that is the update to my plan. And again, that just comes from the weekly and monthly, looking at things from a little bit further out view. I do think we hit that and maybe we come back down. Okay, very possible. All right. So again, my plan has changed. Everything else, my plan has stayed the same. For all other tickers and everything else, it's still the same. Okay. Everything else has stayed the same. It's just this. It's just the US indices. Okay. When I start buying puts, that's the only thing that has changed, guys. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. I just wanted to give you guys that update.